Anyways, good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
So you have a career that is based on positivity, and it really is about inspiring people. What a rewarding job you have. Tell me about what does a day like Brian look like?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
And inspiring people, I tell people to find your passion, what you love to do. It's one of the 3 Ps I talk about. I got 3 Ps and 3 Gs. Passion's one of them. And if you can find your passion and pursue it, even if it's a little bit each and every day, it's going to make your life better. The people around you are going to benefit from it.
Why are you doing this? Why do you find it important and impactful to spread this message?
Well, it's my passion. I've been doing this for a long time, many, many years until I was a little kid, going out in front of people and public speaking and inspiring people. So this is my passion. We all have something we're good at and we love to do, and this is what I love to do. And in today's world, there's so many things that are going, negative or not what you planned on happening. So if I can instill a little bit of positivity, a little bit of my passion, and brighten somebody's day, why not do it?
Yeah. Well, passion it's a big word, right? We've heard it 1,000 times. What's the root of passion? How can someone know what they're truly passionate about, and if their passion can be logical when it comes to pursuing a career professionally?
Sure. So in one of my talks, I say, if I give you $1 billion, what would you do tomorrow? You don't have to pay the bills. You don't have to worry about working. What would you do? You're getting up. I would sleep in, first of all.
Yeah. Yes, we are sleeping in.
Yeah. Then what would you do? Because you have all the money in the world, because what you decide to do then is what you're passionate about. And believe it or not, if I had all the money in the world, I would still be doing this. I'd be going around the country inspiring people and helping people out and find their passion. So that's my passion. What would you do with all this money in the world? That's what you would love to do, and that would be your passion.
Huh.
Yeah,
it's an important question, and I'm sure with yourself, before you present yourself to audiences, you have to do a lot of reflection too. I can only imagine your messaging being based off of your own sources of inspiration or advice maybe you've been given. Maybe you could tell me more about that. Who inspires you, or where do you get your inspiration?
Well, my friends and family, that's kind of an easy one. But I remember when I was a kid, my grandfather, Anthony Alementi from Virginia, Minnesota, not too far from here,
yes,
would say, Brian, and it was lost on me because I was too young, but now I'm getting older, and it makes sense. He said we'd get old too quick and smart too late. And I'm just trying to get smarter quicker and trying to help others get smarter quicker, find their passion, find what they love to do, and inject a little bit of positivity in each person's life each and every day.
For people who are listening right now, if you could give them a very short message or quote of inspiration, any type of guidance, what would you say?
Well, when I talk to companies, they hire me to come out and talk, or at events, one of the things I say, bottom line, people want to grow, personally, professionally, and I say growth is inevitable when passion is evident. So if you can put your passion into something, you're going to grow professionally. It's going to help the bottom line for your company. If you're a leader, inspire your team. If you're not a leader, inspire those around you. That's going to help not only yourself, but it's going to help everybody around.
And how does a person's personal goals and missions and the way that they feel personally impact their professional goals, successes, and so forth? How do those work conjointly?
I think it's tough to separate the two each and every day. If you wake up stinking thinking, it's going to be a tough day. But if you can wake up with that perspective, which is another P, have the perspective. This is what I've got. I'm taking stock of what I have. I'm happy with what I have. And G, gratitude, is one of the G's I talk about. Being grateful for what you have, taking stock for what you have, and walking a mile in somebody's shoes and thinking, okay, I've got it pretty good. Let's kind of list out what I've got, and that's going to help me not only personally, but when I go into the job, okay, I'm thankful to have a job. I'm thankful to be busy. Being busy is a good thing, right? So having that perspective is something you can have each and every day.
Yeah. Can you tell us one more time the PG3 model and how people can use that?
Sure. Well, passion, we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And having that perspective, that's the second P. Okay, this is what I've got. Let's take stock of what I have. And positivity. Positivity is a big one. We could start it with positivity.
Yeah.
The G's are grateful and gratitude, so they're kind of one hand in hand, and being generous with your time. Generous, if you have the means, you've got the money, you can be generous, great. Not everybody has a ton of dough, but can you be generous in other ways, time and volunteering and so on. And the last one is grace. Cutting yourself a little bit of slack, cutting those around you a little bit of slack. I believe at the core of it, we all want to be better. We all want to be a good person. And if you can cut some people a little bit of slack, walk a mile in their shoes. That's going to make you better for it.
Yeah. And Brian, one thing that just in speaking with you in this short time, I really notice is you do have these great words, right? Perception, growth, and grace, and everything else, words that we're familiar with, but you lay them out on how people can utilize these in their lives, and you give meaning to the words. And I think that's a big message too, is you got to give these things some meaning. Put it into practice. Put it into practice.
I know there's 3 P's and 3 G's. If you can take 1 P
yes.
and work on that for a while and instill that into your being, that's great. If you can add another P later on or another G, chip away at it. It's not tomorrow I'm going to work on everything, but it's what can I instill each and every day to make myself feel good, make myself better, but others around me too are going to benefit from it.
It's a process.
It's a process.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, Brian. Well, I wish we could continue chatting, but if people want to learn more, how can they continue following you and hear from you?
Sure. You can go on my website at brianalementi.com, and there's a little contact if you want to hire me or you want to ask me more questions. You can certainly do that and submit a form, and I'll reach back out to you.
And that website has so many good things on there.
Well, thank you.
Looking over it, it's, if you just want to learn something and be inspired, you've got a lot of details. It's great.
Thank you very
much. Brian,
much.
This was nice to hear from you. A little dose of positivity in the morning.
Good. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. We'll be right back.